What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at this brand new 2026 Ford Ranger Lariat. This one's finished off an Avalanche with a $55,000 MSRP. What's awesome about this, we have a V6 under the hood. Mid-size trucks now are pretty much all 4 cylinders or basic V6s. We got a twin turbo. So this really packs something you do not see in the competition. So let's go ahead and see what this all-new Ford Ranger has to offer. Not necessarily all new, we've seen this generation for quite some time, but to have this engine, I think is a really good plus. So underneath the hood, you're gonna get this EcoBoost twin turbo V6. It is a 2.7 liter. We make 315 horsepower with 400 pound-feet of torque. You can even see the Garrett turbo sitting there on the one side, which is pretty nice to see. We got a 4x4 system, a 10-speed automatic, and then with all that, we can tow 7,500 pounds, 0 to 60 is 5.6 seconds, curb weight's 4,700 pounds, and with an 18-gallon tank, you're looking at 18 in the city, 23 out on the highway. Now for the headlights, it has a nice LED style with this nice running light, got the LED beams here, basic bulb right there, got a nice gloss black trim piece throughout the whole grille with a blacked out Ford badge, forward-facing camera, and then a nice design for the mesh. We have parking sensors as well, LED fog lights, recovery hooks, gloss black trim, and then a nice opening down below. That's a really good style overall. It definitely looks like a Ford truck, so it fits the character of the family, but of course in the smaller midsize. We have some nice sharp body lines throughout the hood, and I like how the body colored front bumper makes its way into the fender arches. We also have a nice set of gloss black 18-inch wheels with a cool multi-spoke look. Lariat badge over here with some trim throughout it. We have a camera, body colored mirror cap, body colored handles, and then one sharp line throughout these lower doors. No sunroof on this, so then you're just gonna get some blacked out B pillars and then a really nice side profile. It's a good looking mid-sized truck. It basically looks the way you would expect. Nice fenders in back, FX4 package, exhaust tip, as well as some black trim. You're gonna get a satin black bumper as well, metal, which is a nice touch. You have all your parking sensors, trailer hitch receiver, as well as your controls, as well as your connections. We have Ranger stamped into the bed, and then you're gonna see the Ford logo, backup camera, and it has a soft open. So just pulling that, giving it a small tug, it's gonna nicely open down. Got a tape measure, and then you can put some C-clips through the back as well. So it makes this tailgate pretty useful for work. You have a power outlet on the left side, and then all sorts of different plugs. Nice spray and bed liner, good enough space for some dirt bikes or toys. So again, very useful truck for utility, easy to close. In back, you're gonna get a power sliding rear glass, and then hopping into the interior, got a pretty nice black interior. There are some harder plastics back here, but a nice padded armrest, release handle, and then a really cool texture throughout this insert. This can seat 3 people. We can pull down this, and we have an armrest as well as cup holders. No air vents or anything, but you do have storage, plugs, and extra storage. Now these seats, you can pull the one lever, pull them upwards, and we have a lot of hidden space all throughout it. So it makes it really useful for extra items. Locking that back down. And from here, climbing inside. At 5'11", I sit actually pretty good. I have good headroom, a couple inches. There's a cutout right here, so my knees are actually comfortable. Seat cradles my legs for the most part, and the seat back is at a decent recline with a lot of padding. Honestly, this might be the best back seat in this category. Most mid-sizes are not that good. This is probably the best, followed by the Tacoma GM, and then followed by the Frontier. So not a bad option. Car seats are still gonna be tight, but overall you can genuinely fit in the back, so that's pretty nice. We have the smart door handle, so you can just grab it, it'll lock or unlock. And then out front, we do have a lot more soft touch. So all this nice material, the stitching, more padded in the insert, nice padded armrest, release handle, and all of your controls. There's memory seating even. We have a power seat, and then once again, all the nice smooth materials with this cool texture. You got really large bolsters, pretty good layout. Hopping inside, we have comfort access as well. Start button's right here, and then we can fire it all up. You got the 2 screens roaring to life. We have some screen controls on the right side. You have cruise control on the left, along with audio. And then we have the stalk on the right side for windshield wipers, stalk on the left for turn signals. Now for the screen, you have all of your basics as you would expect. Very familiar screen from a lot of Fords. We can scroll up and down, see all sorts of different bits of information, audio, phone integration, nav, then you can back out of all of that. You can continue to back out and go into more different items like tire pressure that can pop up, and then you can also get more. So nice and simple with all the bells and whistles you're going to want to see. Far left side, we have all of our headlights down below. Kind of a storage area, which probably is not really going to be useful, but nice little trim design. This gloss material, air vent has a cool style to it with gloss trim. You have a soft touch front dash, and then just more basic plastic back here. More soft touch right here with a hidden storage area. You can easily fit several phones in there. We got a nice slot here, lockable glove box down below, and then the screen in the center is very nicely integrated in this top to bottom layout. So if we tap this icon, you're going to see all these shortcuts right here: Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. We can go into the vehicle for all sorts of different safety, and then we have a camera system out as well. Got a lot of different views that are going to pop up, which is a really nice touch to see. All sorts of different angles, trailer hitch and everything. And then you're going to see underneath this, we can go into climate controls and see even more of that. However, we have easy access right here for temperature. We have fan speed that'll pop up, different zones, heated seats and heated steering wheel. But we also have physical controls right here. So this really does make it super simple, no compromises, having it in such an easy reach. Putting it into reverse, you have a nice backup camera again that'll now pop up automatically, top-down view. Just a really good layout. Shortcuts down here for nav, audio, phone, trailering. So really good setup. You're gonna see wireless charging and plugs down below with storage. We have more hidden storage, cup holders, a nice shift boot design. And then in the right side, we have our drive modes. We can toggle this, we have our four-wheel drive selections, but you can see all sorts of different street modes. We have towing, and then different off-road ones as well. So nice layout, super simple to gain access, nice depictions on them. And then down below over here, we can toggle this, and it gets you into more of an off-road setting where we can see your tire tracks, PSI, your drivetrain. We can also lock the differential, and then we have this one right here for the trail control, basically a slow speed cruise control. So lots of good settings: parking, traction, and auto start step. Nice padded armrest, and then a lot of storage all down below. One last look at the interior. Pretty nicely done with just a good layout, good materials. We have a power sliding rear glass, sunglass holder, garage door buttons, and a nice simple mirror. All right, so setting off now in the EcoBoost V6. I gotta say, this thing has some power. It is really quite nice to see the get up and go from it. It doesn't really even feel like a turbo engine. It just effortlessly accelerates. Overall, normal driving, it's really comfortable. The seat's pretty padded. It does feel kind of like a narrower interior, but overall, I mean, it's definitely comfortable. Good legroom, good headroom. Visibility's all good over your left and right shoulder. Really have no complaints with any of that. So it seems like a really good just daily driver mid-sized truck with a lot of the good comforts you would like in a vehicle like this. Steering feels nice when you're slowly just making some turns. And all the tech works really well. I think the screen looks pretty good the way it's set up. Especially love having physical climate controls that are in easy reach. Same with the touchscreen ones. So it just makes it all just really easy to navigate, get to everything. Of course, if you had your CarPlay up or anything like that. So cool layout for sure. And overall, it's pretty comfortable. Suspension is doing a great job absorbing bumps. It's pretty quiet in here. You can hear some of the wind right now. It is a very windy day out, so that's kind of a little misleading on all that. But overall, it seems to be a pretty nice overall truck to drive. Steering does feel direct. You feel nice and high up too, which is nice. It feels like a good mid-sized truck as far as the size point goes. And then if we go ahead, turn around, turning circle and everything. Yeah, not too big of a vehicle to where it's, you know, not manageable. Definitely can make tight maneuvers and things like that. And then we'll head back to the main road now. Has a nice tone to it. It's not really a loud engine or anything like that, but it just has a nice simple tone. It doesn't sound, of course, like the 4 cylinders. It doesn't sound like it's whining or anything like that. Not quite a V8, but just a good tone that sounds like a solid motor. Transmission shifts pretty smooth as well. I mean, it really just drives good. And probably the best next competitor would be the hybrid in the Toyota Tacoma, just because you have the EV power and the turbo power. Those, you know, that's a good setup too, but this definitely is nice to where it's simple, no hybrid stuff, just a good, powerful twin turbo V6, which really is nice. Now, if we go to sport mode, it really does liven up the throttle and the driving experience. It's a pretty quick truck to drive around, probably the quickest roughly in its class. Obviously, you got the Raptor version, which is even tuned up even more, but this is pretty nice. I mean, you just get up to speed without even thinking. That is awesome. That engine is sweet. It really is. I don't think there's any negatives about driving it. It feels like just a good overall truck to drive. I'd say just the feeling of kind of narrowness is the only thing that's a little different versus most trucks make it feel a lot wider. So that's the only thing you might take a little bit getting used to with the Ranger in general, but the drivetrain's fantastic. I am genuinely loving it. This is probably the best drivetrain in its class. But yeah, really no complaints with just how it operates. And even the things that you touch in here, the materials are pretty good. You know, you have some of the cheap plastics, but when you look around it, it feels like a pretty solid choice for the price point. It's not that flashy, I would say. You know, others at the same price are a little maybe cooler looking with more textures and like shapes and styles. It's a little simple, but you know, for not much more money, you can get the Raptor, which I'd say livens it up a lot to be super, super cool. Brakes work well. Yeah, if you're looking for a solid V6, very performance focused even mid-sized truck, this thing has a lot going for it with just how it drives and the capabilities. Really good overall vehicle.